Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Steins. In the last episode, Rintaro Okabe finally managed to undo the D-mail that Ruka Urushibara sent, and has moved one step closer to the 1% threshold. Unfortunately, the IBM 5100 is still out of our grasp thanks to a certain person whose D-mail we have yet to reverse, and that is Moeka Kurisu, the CERN sleeper agent. Now, as far as Rintaro is aware, the D-mail that she sent was related to her phone. More specifically, she showed him a message basically saying that she wanted to, instead of buying the new phone that she had, she wanted to keep a previous phone. The question is how that D-mail relates to the theft of the IBM 5100. Well, I think I have a bit of a theory on that. I don't think she sent a D-mail regarding a phone at all, whatsoever. Given that we know her true nature and the fact that she is involved with CERN and scouring out every IBM 5100 on the planet, because it is the only computer that can access their Echelon database, which is guarded by the unique IBM proprietary code. It must be the butterfly effect, as it was with Rukiko's D-mail. No, I think it's safe to say that Moeka herself had a hand in the disappearance of the IBM 5100 from Yanabayashi Shrine. This time, however, I will not hesitate to do what is necessary. At least 2 or 3 times, Mayuri Shiina has died at the hands of Moeka Kurisu. Moeka Kurisu does not deserve my sympathy. Twice she shot Mayuri Shiina in the head, and once she even ran her down in a white unmarked van. That woman and her men have killed Mayuri more times than I can bear to remember. I will show her no mercy. There's just one problem. The cancellation D-mail needs to be sent from Moeka's own phone. I don't think a message from me telling her not to change phones would sway Moeka's intentions in the slightest. That is actually also another slight wrinkle. We need Moeka's phone in order to send the D-mail. Now, if she has changed phones, we're basically up a creek, because we'll need to find the phone that she didn't get, if that's the case. I need her phone, but I don't know where to find her, unfortunately. What do I do? Well, we're just gonna have to search the streets of Akiba. I return to the lab and set things up so I can time leap at a moment's notice. Fortunately, that isn't necessary, because once again, due to the fact that Rintaro has set the world line on a course correction, Mayuri Shiina gets to live another 24 hours. I would have thought they would have served food at ComiMa of all places. But apparently Mayuri forgot to eat, so that's not entirely uncharacteristic of her personality. Indeed there is. From my recollections, yeah, conventions actually do seem to sort of slow down after the first day. Mayuri just got back from ComiMa 30 minutes ago. She and Kurisu, who stayed behind at the lab, have just finished eating cup noodles. So Mayuri's death date has been pushed back to the 16th, which is 24 hours from now. It's already past 8 and so far nothing has happened. No Moeka and her Stern Rounder associates, and no unexpected death. Mayuri is still alive. Going by the pattern, her death has probably been postponed until about this time tomorrow. Is this the will of some higher being? God? Fate? The universe itself? Steins Gate, perhaps? Or is it merely coincidence? However, that doesn't matter right now. All that matters right now is that Mayushi lives to survive another day. Mayuri takes a big stretch and starts getting ready to go home. Unfortunately, we don't have to worry about her tonight. She's been up since 5 this morning. Looks like she plans to wake up early tomorrow too. That reminds me, I haven't seen Daru at all. He's fighting the ComiMa Holy War too, so that doesn't surprise me. Busy checking his spoils, I guess. Hooray for commercial sales, I suppose. Unfortunately, we will need to focus on finding Moeka first, so that we can erase her D-mail and get our hands once again on the vaunted IBN 5100. Because if we don't, then we cannot prevent Mayuri's death. And unfortunately, we can't spend time at ComiMa, because as I've just mentioned, we've only alleviated the problem, but we haven't fixed it. Kurisu certainly seems eager enough, and perhaps she's always wanted to go to a anime convention, despite the fact that she's a hard-working researcher who's probably never had the time. Huh? Kurisu jumps up at my answer. So does that mean you were planning on going tomorrow? Because it would actually be nice if someone was accompanying... Sorry, I can't speak words. It would be nice if someone was accompanying Mayuri on her quest through the ComiMa battlefield. Well, I don't think she's interested in cosplaying per se. She probably wants to go to the event. Well, looks like you don't have a choice in the matter. I know that Kurisu is an art channeler, but is she an otaku? Given the many memes that she occasionally spouts, unconditionally of course, I would certainly say yes, given the fact that she is familiar with Chunibiu, among other things. Not all art channelers are otaku, but she has often hinted at an interest in cosplay. I sympathize with her, actually. As I said before, the second day of a convention usually tends to sort of thin out. The first day is always always the most crowded. Unfortunately, as tempting as that sounds, we have more important matters to deal with. ComiMa's hostage, but I won't correct you there, even though I already did. I won't press it though.
人質に逃げられちゃまずいでしょ。手錠でもかけて同行すれば？
俺にはこの秋葉でやらなければならないことがある。
Indeed.
何よ、やらなきゃならないことって。
Looks like we're going to have to explain things once again, since technically it didn't happen yet. We've just been tempting fate so far, unfortunately. The search for Moeka Kiryu. I already sent her an email. We need to talk, and now I'm awaiting her reply. The problem is, if she is, well, given the fact that she knows where the IBN 5100 is, and the fact that Ruka's father mentioned someone breaking into and stealing the IBN 5100, she's probably accomplished her goals for CERN and is most likely skipped out of Akihabara altogether. Something tells me it's not going to work. Even if she still was in town, she'll... Yeah. Even if she still was in town, she probably wouldn't respond to our emails. Time to bring you up to speed on the now disowned lab member 005. Again. That's exactly what I was wondering, Rintaro. Didn't seem like nothing. Someone we have to find and deal with, and hopefully once we've concluded our business, we will never have to deal with them ever again. I suppose Mayuri does have a point. Unfortunately, we can't ask Mayuri to drop her visit to ComiMa and follow us on what might be a very dangerous mission. Not to be mean to Mayuri or anything, unfortunately, she doesn't tend to follow difficult conversations. Not entirely accurate, but not a lie either. Well, Kurisu, it looks like you've been drafted into the Battle of ComiMa. All the best. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, Mayuri waits in the lab as I take Kurisu outside. Now we can actually talk seriously. I think Mayuri would be somewhat upset about that. That would probably be another example of the butterfly effect. It seems like since we erased Ruka's D-mail, we've ended up in a world line where we've had a similar conversation like this before. Unfortunately, neither time leaping nor D-mails are exactly precise. acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter. Acetylcholine levels in the hippocampus increase when learning or remembering.
真面目に答えろ。
あんたなんか変よ。
頼む。答えてくれ。
答えるも何も岡部がさっき言った通りよ。もう 4,5 回くらいこうして外に出て2人でタイムリープマシンをどうするかについて話してる。
The fifth time we've brought you to speak about the time leap machine, eh? Well, this is actually the first time from our perspective, and you clearly don't know that we've already used it. So we're going to have to inform her of this. For an instant, Kurisu opens her eyes wide in surprise. But then she gives me an angry glare.
知ってるの？
Essentially, yes. I nod.
かれこれ10回以上だ。
Unfortunately, we may have to time leap again if things go sour with Moeka, and that's even if we find her.
何勝手な真似してんのよ。
Trying to undo all the demails and right the wrongs of our effects on the world line. Looks like she doesn't know anything about Rokuko or my shifting between world lines, but that's only natural. So far, I've changed world lines a total of 3 times. Let's call the first world line where Mayuri died Alpha 1. The world line where Faris and I fought the viral attackers is Alpha 2. The world line where I dated girl Rokuko is Alpha 3. And now I'm on Alpha 4. From my perspective, Alpha 1, 2 and 3 were undone by my demails. But for Kurisu and everyone else on Alpha 4, those world lines were nothing but separate and tangible possibilities to begin with. I guess I have to explain everything again. That's the drawback of changing world lines. I sigh heavily, then begin.
おおむね把握した。
After I'm done, Kurisu sighs and lightly pats my arm. Well, at least this is one of those times in which she actually does believe our story.
あんまり無茶しないで。
I think it's a little bit too late for that, but I appreciate your concern.
屈辱だな。
なんで屈辱なのよ。せっかく優しくしてやったのに。ほんといちいち偉そうだな。
Actually, we're trying to cheer ourselves up.
同情などいらない。すべては俺の軽率な行動が起こしたことだ。自業自得なんだ。
Well, to be fair, Rintaro was the one who was eagerly tampering with or allowed other people to eagerly tamper with the world lines.
上司にこの話をするのはかれこれ4回目か5回目くらいだが、毎回こうやって自虐的になるな。
Something in my intuition tells me that this isn't going to be the last time we explain ourselves in this manner.
俺の心配よりマユリの心配をしてくれ。
She's our main priority now.
死ぬ。どんな死に方かはわからない。
Indeed. The effect of Mayuri's death is the same, but the cause always changes. If CERN isn't there to kill her, then something else definitely will. If Mayuri stays away from the lab, she can probably avoid running into Moeka and her rounders. It doesn't matter though, she'll die all the same. all alpha world lines converge on her death. Escaping the attractor field is the only way to save her. The only way we can do that is to access CERN's Echelon database with the IBM 5100 and delete all the D-mails that they intercepted from us.
お前には悪いと思うが、明日マユリの死を見届けてほしい。
Bit of a hard pill to swallow, but unfortunately it is the absolute truth.
だからコミマに行けって言ったのか。
That's pretty much correct.
死は回避できない。抵抗は無駄だ。お前は見届けて、俺に連絡するだけでいい。
I know it sounds entirely callous, but it is basically a precaution in case we fail to apprehend Moeka.
お前からの連絡が来たら、タイムリープする。
Only as a precaution.
マユリが死ぬのが分かっていながら、何もできないなんて。
Unfortunately, I can certainly believe it.
全然実感が湧かないけど、事実なんでしょうね。あんたの目を見ればわかる。
And it seems that Kurisu genuinely is concerned for Rintaro's sanity and health.
大丈夫？
大丈夫じゃない。マユリを助けるためにはまだ。
マユリのこともそうだけど。
Kurisu interrupts me.
私が聞いたのはあんたのこと。
I think the answer that he was about to give was actually the answer to your question. Until Rintaro Okabe manages to get to the Beta World line and save Mayuri from the fate that awaits her, he will never be okay.
俺がどうしたって？
あんまり気負いすぎないで。
Indeed, the burdens of Ferris and Rukuko of all people, as well as Mayuri. It's so rare for Kurisu to look so concerned for me.
言っただろう。俺の心配よりマユリの心配をしろと。俺は明日桐生萌香を探す。
And hopefully we can finish what we started. If Mayuri doesn't die tomorrow, I can postpone the time leap. If Mayuri does die tomorrow, I'll return to the past no matter what.
できればマユリに痛い思いをさせたくないがな。
だったら今からタイムリープしちゃえばいい。
この世界線においていつがデッドラインなのか、それを見極めておかないと計画をうまく立てられないだろう。
Well, unfortunately, actually we do know the deadline technically, roughly about 7:30, 7:30. Unfortunately, even though we know when, we never know where, how, and why.
こんなこと言うとなんだけど、私はマユリが死ぬところなんて。
Well, that's why we're doing this, so that she doesn't have to.
気持ちはわかるが、頼めるのはお前しかいない。
Of all the lab mems, Kurisu is the only one who can assist us in this situation.
随分信用されてるのね。
何しろお前は俺の助手だからな。
And even in this bitter time, Rintaro maintains a hint of humor and sarcasm. Kurisu forces a laugh at my feeble attempt at a joke.
偉そうに。
We have our plan. Kurisu will go to her first ComiMa. Mayuri will be so delighted when I tell her the news. And now, the next day. I haven't seen Mayuri all day. Apparently we've got mail. Oh, we've got 3 emails, 1 from Mayuri and 2 from Kurisu. Also note that, yeah, I was just reading the D-mail to pursue Suzuha, which is, unfortunately, we will never see her again. Also note that as a result of our time leaping and undoing of D-mails, pretty much most of what was in our inbox throughout the rest of August has disappeared. Anyway, the email from Mayuri reads, "I'm off. Morning, Ocarine, I'm heading off now." So she's on her way to ComiMa. The first email from Kurisu reads, "Heading out. Joined up with Mayuri. We're heading out to Ariake. Kind of excited, LOL. So many people. I had no idea it would be this crowded. Save me." And I think I actually wouldn't be surprised if she was actually physically on her hands and knees in that situation. Unfortunately, that is the price one pays for navigating the minefield that is ComiMa. I want to be with her, Mayuri of course, but that's not possible. Moeka hasn't replied, which means I have to find her myself. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about her. My only clue is arc rewrite, the company Moeka supposedly worked at. Given the fact that she's an agent of CERN, I wouldn't be entirely surprised if that was a cover story, a front, so to speak. I find it after a quick search online. Sure enough, their business is producing articles for PC magazines. Given our original impression that Moeka was a PC otaku, much in the same way as Ferris's father, this is actually a very clever cover story for her. Luckily their office is in Akiba. I try calling first, but it goes to voicemail. I guess they're still closed for the Obon holiday. Or maybe it's just a bad time. Looks like I've got no choice but to visit them in person. It's the second day of ComiMa and Akiba is deserted. Most of the otaku are lined up at Big Sight right now. That actually makes our job a little bit easier, unless Moeka herself is somehow hiding out at ComiMa. I hope she isn't, but I've experienced the craze of ComiMa several times firsthand. It's literal war. The crowds can be quite intense, not to mention ruthless. It scares me whenever Mayuri goes alone. I can't help but imagine her trampled by a horde of crazed otaku. But in reality, Mayuri's surprisingly quick and tough. I've seen her weave through crowds like you wouldn't believe. Kurisu's the one more likely to get trampled, as her email seems to indicate. I can't help but feel sorry for her. Maybe it was wrong to ask her to go. Well, someone had to accompany Mayuri, and it sure isn't going to be Daru, because he's probably deep in the trenches of ComiMa as we speak. Meanwhile, we have more pressing concerns. I find the Arc Rewrite office in a fancy looking building on the outskirts of Akiba. Well, at least this isn't a CERN dummy company. That would have been really bad. I take the elevator up, but there's nobody there. I lean against the wall and wait. After about 30 minutes, a man dressed in a suit and tie appears, or dressed in a shirt and tie appears. I explain that I'm a relative of Moeka Kiryu and ask for her contact information, but he gives an unexpected answer. Well, go figure.
いない？
Damn, I've been tricked. Indeed, it appears we've been played once again. I should have known better. CERN is working for CERN. Or Moeka is working for CERN. Of course CERN would be working for CERN because they're CERN. Of course Moeka's place of employment is fake. Is this the end of the line? Has the trail gone cold from here? Just as I'm about to turn around and leave, the man pounds his hand as if he remembered something.
いや待った。確か2日だけ来て音信不通になったバイトの女がいたな。そいつが桐生って名前だったような。
So apparently she did work here briefly. And they apparently still have her resume. Fabricated though it may be, it's a lead. I frantically bow my head and ask him to look for it. He's reluctant but acquiesces. That's a good thing to know. The address listed on the resume leads me to a beat-up old apartment. Well, it's a start unless the address in question is also been fabricated, in which case this could very well be a dead end. But I'm going to end the episode here, and when we return, adventurers, we shall enter this apartment and see if whether or not Moeka is actually residing here, whether this is actually a CERN safe house of sorts for CERN rounders, or whether we are basically on yet another wild goose chase and are basically running into another dead end. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.